Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are now listening to the greatest podcast on the planet. And I am one of your hosts, Big Jack, a.k.a. The Great One.
What's going on, everybody? It's Buddy, a.k.a. Camouflage, and you are now listening to the Sports Cypher.
This is Miles, and you are now tuned in and tuned up for the Sports Cypher.
Yo, this is the homie Grizz, aka Grizzly Adams. Keeping that Cypher complete. All balls gon' bounce, baby. Let's sit and talk about it.
What's good? This is Ricardo, aka the reason why your girl disappears on football Sundays. And you are tuned into the Sports Cypher.
This is Blade, aka the Ace of Spades. They save the best for last on Sports Cypher.
I'm subscribing to this. Give the people what they want.
Welcome, everybody, once again to another episode of the Sports Cypher. On today's episode, we got more NBA playoff talks, and we're going to talk about the new world heavyweight boxing champ, a Mexican. Yes, we're going to get on that. And then we're going to talk about Camouflage, a.k.a. Buddy's top 20 running backs of his NFL fantasy draft. Let's get it started. Jamal, what we got on the NBA playoffs right now, man?
Man, it's tied up 1-1. I think it's going to be a great series. Like I predicted, I think it's going to go 7. Golden State, like I knew they would do, made the right corrections that they had to make. I think Steve Kerr is a great coach, one of the best coaches. He deserves to be put up there with Greg Pop, and all of the coaches that just know how to make great adjustments and just know how to get his team motivated, even though they won 2 championships back to back. It's still amazing that they are so motivated, especially when you hear them talk about it. They're still hungry. I think that speaks to the coach and then the players, of course. Clay, man, if Clay don't play, then Toronto is going to have a good day. You know what I'm saying? In Golden State.
I like the way you made that rhyme.
Yeah.
If Clay don't play. Yeah, but
Toronto going to have a good
But Boogie's
day,
back, right? So Boogie did.
Well, Boogie is, ain't Clay. He just he's not even at he probably still not even at full strength yet. This is what, his second game back, third game back.
And that was a pretty significant injury he had too. Torn quad. I mean, that's not
yeah, and then he re-hurt. What did he hurt again in the playoffs? He hurt something earlier in the playoffs, and he's just coming back from that. So
yeah, that was the torn quad injury. That's what he had.
Yeah. He might because of that. He might not get that much playing time. They might just throw him.
I think he's playing like 15.
Well, he played his last game. He played 28 minutes with 11, 10, and some other goodies. He played 28 minutes.
Now see, that's a good stat line. But imagine if he was like at full strength.
Yeah, I know. True. That would be more dangerous.
And then let's not forget about Kayvon Looney is out, and that's an underrated big blow for the Warriors because Looney
that's a major blow.
Is a great role player for them.
And I heard. Well, I think I heard today that KD's not playing.
No, he's not playing
again. So that's another
right.
They say he ramped it.
Right.
Yeah, he ramped. Yeah, they lost Kevin Looney, and he's been
Kayvon Looney.
Yeah, Durant been ramping up at practice, but he's still not good to go for tomorrow for Wednesday.
Yeah, they're saying he's going to be.
This might be another win for Toronto.
And then you got if Clay don't play, Toronto gonna have a good day.
Man,
Trade.
Well, for me, man, like these injuries is definitely opening up a door for Toronto. Normally Kyle Lowry, I think he kind of got too anxious in game 2, fouled out really quick in 28 minutes. But besides that, he had been playing stellar defense. You know what I'm saying? The kind of, Fred VanVleet been bringing up the offense, but he's nowhere near the defensive player that Larry's been, especially in the playoffs.
Right.
You know, I know they said Kawhi's playing on a hurt knee because he was overcompensating for his so quad. They said so. I saw some reports on that. So you know, but not having Clay, not having Looney, like it's really like the Warriors really gonna have to see. We're really gonna see what the depth chart made of right now. You know, especially if he don't play. I think he's gonna try to force himself to play, but sore hamstrings is something that just takes time. You can't bounce back from 2-3 days from a sore hammy. And Klay Thompson do a lot of running around to get loose, so he really don't have the ball in his hand. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna see if he do play. I think this really affects him. It might affect his arc, his lift from his legs shooting, which might affect his arc, which might affect his shooting percentage overall, because he may not get as much lift to put the arc into the ball to shoot at his normal shot. So that's something to be worried about as well. But definitely Cousins, they should be glad to have him back. You know, Draymond, the heart and soul, Mr. Triple Double, he does it all. He kind of willed them with the role players in game 2, because that wasn't the Steph. Like Clay had his time, but when Clay left in the beginning of the fourth, and Curry wasn't really there. That was really a Draymond Green in the role players game in game 2. But we'll see how things gonna be in game 3, and definitely see how things gonna be.
I think with Looney going out, you're gonna see even more minutes from Cousins. Game 3. I mean, if he could physically do it, you know what I mean.
He played 28, so I believe he can.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the ocean is only so deep. You know what I'm saying? The ocean is only so deep. There is a floor. There has to be a bottom to the Golden State Warriors depth chart. You know, they can't just lose players and replace them all the time.
There's no way that they can just keep losing this many players and still perform
and Iguodala got
win a championship.
Wrong with him too.
Yeah. He had retweaked his calf again and stuff like that.
But they said he's going to play though, right?
He's playing. But I was just bringing it up.
So this is right now just going to be a testament of coaching and guys stepping up. It's going to be a true testament of the bench right here. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
and if Toronto plans on stealing a game or 2 on the road, this is the game they should do it in. You know what I mean? Like
definitely.
Because if game 4 comes around and Clay's back and Durant is back, I don't know, man. I mean, depending on what kind of level they come back at, it might be a wrap for them, but they definitely need to win this game, I think. I think it's set up perfectly for them to win because of the Warrior injuries.
If they don't win this game,
I concur with that.
If they don't win this game, then how can they win the series if they don't even win with Golden State without their...
Yeah, not saying it's impossible, but I mean...
Yeah.
Well, they would have really shot... Hell, I think they shot themselves in the foot game 2, but,
Yeah, they were winning that. They were winning that game. Mm-hmm. They were winning that game until halftime, and then they went inside and came back with adjustments, and it was just a totally different Golden State, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Warriors always do that, though. They already really good coming out in the third quarter, and that's a testament, like Maul said, to Steve Kerr and his adjustment. That's a testament to that. Like I was telling a couple of my friends, I was like, they're like Curry inherited the team, but I'm like Curry inherited the team, but let's look at the team numbers. What they was under Mark Jackson, they were the second worst in the team assists. They wasn't top 15 team defense. The first year Curry was there, they became the best team in the NBA in defense. They became number 1 in team assists. So they moved the ball constantly all the time.
And they won a chip. They won a chip too.
Yeah, they might have won the chip. But I was talking about the stuff that Curry added to the table.
I can't kill Mark Jackson. I mean,
no, it's not to kill him, but it's
but
to sit there and say Curry inherited take away from him.
Oh yeah, that's not fair. Oh, that's not fair either.
It's not the same as when John Gruden inherited Tony Dungy's team. It's not the same.
Oh, yeah, that team definitely carried. Gruden brought some creativity to the offense.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
Wait, hold on.
That team was built on defense.
Wait, hold on. Before we even go there.
No, yeah,
let's not pretend that John Gruden did not play in a Super Bowl coaching the Raiders, though. Did he not?
But they lost. I mean,
But he got him there. So how are you gonna say that he ain't a good coach? I mean,
I don't know.
what
I
team
didn't
did he
say he wasn't a
inherit
good
in
coach.
So you
Oakland?
Wait, hold
so
on. What Super Bowl John Gruden got the Raiders in?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I mean to the playoffs. Didn't he take them to the
Yeah, they
playoffs?
got into the playoffs. Yeah, I'm thinking like, what
Yeah,
Super
I'm
Bowl?
sorry.
Like, yeah,
You're
no.
saying Chucky's back.
But Raiders was a differently built team, but he did get them there. Like I said, you can't. That's why I said he did add to the offense with creativity, but he did inherit like Warren Sapp or Brooks,
Derek Brooks,
Derek Brooks.
Yeah.
No,
And
Mr.
Tony
No
Dungy
Sir.
got his in Indiana, in
Rondé
Indianapolis.
Barber.
Rondé Barber,
Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
the strong
Barber.
safety. That's the GM
I
for the
think
49ers.
John
I can't
Lynch
remember
might
his
have still
name.
been
Yeah.
on that team.
John
Yes, sir.
Lynch.
John Lynch.
Daryl,
Yes, sir.
Dexter Jackson.
Dexter Jackson. Yep.
I
Booger
believe he was
McFarland.
the MVP.
He was the
Super
MVP
Bowl.
of the Super Bowl. Yep.
Booger McFarland. Yeah. Vicious D-line.
But going back to Ricardo's point,
Mhm.
if they lose, if Toronto loses this game, you think they're done. But you got to remember they lost the first two games against
the
what's
Bucks.
his name?
I don't think they done.
I don't think the
I don't
Bucks
think
are on the
they'll be
Warriors
done.
level though.
But you got to realize
Even
the
with
Warriors got a lot
with
of
the injuries that the Warriors got, the Bucks ain't on the level.
Nah,
and that's the thing.
I
It's
disagree with
taking
that.
advantage
I
of the.
disagree with that.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you think the Bucks are better than the Warriors?
Let's hear Buddy.
Yeah, I disagree with that. Like what Jack said, I think that because of the injuries, they are like on a lower level now. Like kind of like what Carter said, man. This is the opportunity, kind of like Blaze said. This is the opportunity right here, right now. Now, I'm like this: if they lose Game 3, they're not totally out because they can still steal Game 4.
Right.
But if Clay not gonna be healthy, dog. Let's face it, it's a hamstring, dog. It takes time. A week is not enough, dog. If you do the research on hamstring.
Nah, hamstrings are usually a 3 week kind of injury.
Yeah, but I heard this morning that they're betting that KD's going to be back for Game 4. So that
may be true. So this might be their time to strike. You right?
This could be their only chance to step up and get ahead in the series. This could be their only chance.
You're right. Yeah, you're right, Jack. Yeah, you're right, man.
We are the North. We will do it.
Oh my Lord, here we go.
No,
I do agree with that. This is a very vulnerable. This is a very vulnerable time for the Warriors.
Yeah, they better take full advantage of it.
I'd say it's the most vulnerable they have been in the last 4 years. You know what I mean? Like,
so what are you guys trying to say? They need a hug? They need some hugs?
No, I think that Toronto needs to take advantage. That's what I'm saying. Like,
hit them with the coup de grace.
If Toronto can't beat them with them this hurt, I mean, they better hope they stay hurt the rest of the series.
Hey, what they say? If you don't know me, you gotta do it right now, dog. You gonna never do it, dog.
Hey,
if you don't know me by now,
Toronto better come to the game with the Royal Mounted Police and play.
They
better bring Dudley. They better bring Dudley Do Right and all them cats and play.
Exactly, dog.
They don't do it this time.
The way you guys are talking about like they're vulnerable is like they're gonna snatch some underwear or something, some panties. You want to?
They better said it.
They better snatch victory. They better snatch victory.
There's like vulnerable. They're panty snatchers or something.
Canada.
No,
I mean, they are vulnerable without KD, Clay.
Your two best, two of your top 3 players out.
Kayvon Looney is a really good player.
Bruh, the Golden State is wounded.
Chris, we're talking about the Warriors Raptors series right now. So what's your take on the first 2 games?
Well, I think that they showed up, but they're just like what I heard. You guys, they're very vulnerable. They're hurt right now, so they're not running on all cylinders. So the Raptors could come up and take this and take them for a good ride, So to them.
So let's go around. So let's go around the table. Who do you guys got for Game 3?
Toronto.
I'm going with Toronto.
Okay, Big Jack and Mom got Toronto. What about you, Cam?
This freaking hard. Go ahead, y'all answer. I'm still thinking.
He's constipated. He's
I gotta go with Toronto here, man. I know Kawhi's, he re-aggravated an injury, but
you know I'm a Warrior fan, but I'm going with the North. The North.
Okay, Toronto for Game 3, and you, Grizz?
I'm gonna go with the Raptors. Yeah.
Well, I guess I gotta be the contrarian, and I'm gonna throw them W's up, put the dub in the L.
Okay. Why you got the Warriors, dog? You got to tell me.
At home,
Mm-hmm.
think they're gonna be fueled and motivated at home, and I think
Down?
it's gonna
Down players?
huh?
Down players?
Yeah, listen. Let me break
they're
it
all-
down. Let me
Let them
say
finish.
all-
Let them finish.
and-
Let them finish.
They're all gimpy right now.
Let them finish. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, they're at home, and I think it's going to be a game. Is going to the people that's going to lead them is going to be Curry, Green, and Cousins. I think Cousins. I think you want to see Cousins forming into more shape. I see Cousins maybe having a 20-point, 12 game impact, though, and it's 28.
2012.
Uh-huh.
So basically, what you're saying is, Golden State got the same referees from the Saints and the Rams. That's what you're saying.
Nah, that's not what
Well,
I'm
I
saying.
mean, nobody made.
I'm saying Golden State have
pick,
a chance. That's all I'm saying. Is if you put my feet to the fire to pick somebody, I'm gonna go who I pick, and I'm saying they have a chance. Now, y'all picking the Warriors. I have
Toronto. We picking Toronto.
I mean,
We picking
Toronto.
Toronto.
I'm sorry. Y'all pick Toronto, and y'all have all the stuff in your favor, indeed. So I would not put up no argument of why. But I'm glad Jamal asked why did I pick the Warriors.
Yeah, I was curious.
That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on.
Conviction. Boogie having a Boogie night from 2014.
Even if he has a 2012 game, he can't make up for Kayvon Looney and Clay. And
I think he can make up for Looney. I mean, come on,
man. Bro, you underestimating Looney.
No, you underestimate Cousins, dog.
I'm like,
no, I'm not. This is his third game back.
But he said
that reminded you what I told you about Van Vliet and what Van Vliet can do. You didn't believe me until you became a believer.
Because Van Vliet never had that track record. He had a child, and he said himself that changed his whole perspective.
Nevertheless, before they even came out, I told you, man, Van Vliet is something. Do that. He did have a track record.
All I'm saying is if Cam thinks
not in these playoffs though.
If Cam thinks that we're gonna get a vintage Cousins performance, I mean that you're talking 25 and 12.
No, not 25, 20 and 12.
Okay, 20 and 12.
That's not gonna make up for Clay. That's not gonna make up for Clay.
No, it won't. But for Looney, it will. That's who I mentioned. I'm like,
I mean, that's fine, Jamal. You want to put up the argument about it, but you asked me a question, and I'm telling you what.
Right, and this is a debate. This is a debate. It's not an argument.
No, but you asked me a question.
Why don't
debate with me? Why don't we put a question for me to give you an answer?
Why don't you and Jamal put some money on this?
I have to tell you that I want to debate with you on a sports debate podcast.
I didn't know in the sports debate podcast when you just asked me a question when we were just answering, because you know how Jamal gonna keep going because I know how you feel about being factual. I know, but you be factually wrong, like I did prove.
Wait a minute, this is
hold on a second.
Opinionated, Cam. What you talking about, bro? You said but you going.
So time out. I hear you.
I'm telling you my opinion.
Wait, hold on a second.
I heard your opinion from the beginning.
So, but here's my thing about the Warriors' injuries. We're concentrating on the offense. It's Clay's defense that I think is going to be a bigger hindrance, right? Because so I know Draymond can guard Kawhi Leonard, right? But I think when you have him and Clay on the court, Clay can get in Lowry's shirt, know what I mean? Or switch off. I don't know who was playing Leonard more. Was it Draymond or
Iguodala?
Yeah.
Okay, and he got a slight injury too. Yep. So I'm just wondering, if Gasol might have a big night because of these injuries. You know what I mean? Kyle Lowry, Siakam.
Right? Yep.
I mean, the Warriors' defense is really good, and I'm more worried about their defense than their offense, to be honest with you.
I feel you on that, Cardo, but I have no problem with y'all saying that. Like I said, y'all have all the stuff pointed in y'all face.
Oh yeah, I'm not even arguing for you. I'm just throwing it out there for the fans. I'm just giving my reason why I think that. Yeah.
For the sake of entertainment, I think, my opinion, versus anyone's opinion, or anyone's opinion versus anyone's opinion makes for a good debate. Because it's not facts we're talking about. We're talking about what we think will happen. That's all based
I'll tell
on
you
our
what, though.
opinion.
We're going to
you
have
know
a great debate coming up with our buddy's running back list. All
okay,
that.
but you know
But no,
what?
that's his opinion as well. So,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what? I think that the Warriors came with a better sidekick this time. They came out and beat Drake with Obama. So,
Ha! Yeah.
Obama does beat Drake.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It
Aubrey
probably
Graham.
was
Barack
525,000
Obama.
to sit next to Obama. Not
Yeah.
that measly 65,000
hey,
sitting
Yeah.
next to Drake.
they did you see how they chanted? They called him MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who they call
Yeah.
MVP?
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
All right,
man.
Jack, it's on you, Jack
Of
Brown.
course.
America's like, our biracial guy beats your biracial guy.
You
That's
know?
right.
You know?
Ours is just a
That's
plus
messed
one.
up.
Yeah,
The
Ricardo, that was a
South.
good. That was a good one.
South.
Hey, mulatto power, baby.
Oh, man. The World Heavyweight
Where you
Championship
at, bro?
of boxing has a new face. The Mexican Destroyer. Ruiz, let's talk about it. Blaze, what you got on it?
Well, it was a really good fight. It was like I watched this fight and I couldn't believe what was going on because he got knocked down. Ruiz got knocked down. He got knocked down. He got back up, and he said he was he channeled the Aztec warriors of the Mexicans, and he just came and he hit Jacobs like and knocked him down. He hit him in the air, like this right side of the right ear, and it was
Rung
over.
his bell.
And then the next he got back up and then he did it again. It was the biggest upset since Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. You know, this is the first Mexican heavyweight champion. He fought the heavyweight fight like how the Mexicans usually fight for the lower belts. And now he has 3 belts and Jacobs doesn't. And I don't know if you guys heard about it today. Because Jacobs didn't defend, he had 3 belts and he didn't defend the belts. So he wasn't doing his mandatory bouts. So what happens is he was supposed to, like each of those belts, he was supposed to fight a contender, but he never did. He didn't fight. He was looking for cash. So he wasn't fighting the mandatories. Mm-hmm. So now all the different divisions are saying, well, since you didn't fight the mandatory, Ruiz has to fight the mandatory before they fight the rematch. That's what they're trying to say right now.
Mm-hmm. So I saw that today.
Yeah, so that's a big hiccup in Jacobs. So he's gonna have to wait, sit around, and by the time he rolls around,
it'll be 2-3 years down the road, possibly.
Yeah,
possibly.
And he won't even,
yep.
and those belts will be someone else. So that I don't know. I'm waiting in the wind to see what's gonna happen with that. That was crazy. That was kind of crazy.
But once again, like I had said before, especially now with this new stuff that has popped up, this guy is not gonna be the same guy coming into these bouts. They're going to put him in the best shape that he has ever been in his life.
Jack, that's his fighting weight. See, with boxers, they have their walk around weight. Like, you know how Camouflage's walk around weight is like 350, add increase.
Wow, but that sounded the same weight you have.
Okay, his modeling weight is like 290, so he slims down when he's doing his modeling.
That sounded the same weight you had when you was 20. But go ahead.
Yeah. So
y'all crazy, man.
I'm 249. That's what I am.
You 249 when you was 20? Oh, okay, go ahead.
I was 20. I was 190.
Your left foot.
You was 100. Oh, you was 190. You was 190
when I was
20.
When I was 20. When I was 20, I was a lean, mean sex machine, dude.
Excuse me. I'm allergic to BS. I'm allergic to BS.
But let me digress back to it because now you got me all confused. So what was I saying?
Right, go ahead.
All right. So his walking around weight was higher. I think his walking around weight was like 280. Yeah, something like that. So he comes in at 260. That's it. That's his lean mean. That's his lean mean sex machine weight. And the thing about him, he's got really good conditioning for a big guy. He's really good. You know, I can't wait to see his next fight. You know, I believe in the Aztec Warrior. Oh!
Don't do that no more.
Is Grizzly with us?
Yo, what up?
Grizzly, as our resident Mexican, what is the feeling in the Mexican community about this fight? Like, is everybody buzzing the streets, especially out in LA, about this? Was this a big thing in LA?
I mean, it came out of nowhere. I was like, I think the other guy's team thought he was going to be fighting a bum, but the guy, I mean, they had people watching it, and they're saying that he boxed him. He kept doing lateral movement. He kept following the guy, and he boxed him toe to toe. I mean, in the second round, he got knocked down, but he got up and knocked the other guy down twice, and he got saved by the bell on the second knockdown. They said that second round he could have won if it wasn't for the bell, but he boxed the dude with that 268 pounds. I mean, that they had all. I mean, everybody is just blown away because the way he moves his weight around and his stamina. Man, the guy is a freaking beast. I mean, he's kind of like reminded me how that when George Foreman came back. And he, out of retirement.
Yeah.
He's doing commercials with hamburgers.
Yeah.
He was all chunky. and so when George Foreman came back, everybody's got to understand that George Foreman had a heavy fist. And he could take a punch as well. And I think this guy is kind of like that in a sense. You know, he's a big guy, you know, probably used to getting... You know, he's probably getting used to hit around the ring a lot. You know what I mean, when he's sparring. And maybe he was
Grizzly. When George Foreman came back, you know, he was doing commercials with hamburgers. He was up in the ring eating hamburgers and stuff before his next fight and stuff. So is Ruiz gonna be in the ring with carne asadas and chimichanga burritos and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
I think he's got a Snickers sponsorship on the way.
I saw that from the comedian Iglesias. He said if he don't get a Snickers sponsorship, he's gonna stop eating Snickers. So he's probably gonna have a lot. And it's good, but it's also sad that him being a big boxer that. A lot of his endorsements are coming from the food side of the endorsement area.
Wait 1 second, guys. Did you guys see that George Foreman actually said that he wants to manage Ruiz? He thinks that not Ruiz.
Jacobs?
Jacobs. Or was it? No, it's Joshua, isn't it?
Joshua.
Yeah. He said he wants to manage Joshua. Did you guys see that?
The champ?
No. I didn't see that.
But the thing about it is, going back to what Grizzly was saying about the fight was he came from nowhere, is because you remember it was supposed to be Big Baby was supposed to fight him. That's Big Baby was supposed, but Big Baby got busted. Well, not busted, but he had a dirty piss test. So that's the reason why. And he did a video. Big Baby had a video and him just growling on. He busted camouflage. He was growling and looking at the camera, just because he's
there go the Cardo. That's the Cardo with the vibration, maximum Cardo.
That sounded kind of jiggly.
It's coming to a Las Vegas near you, ladies. Maximum Cardo.
So they felt that Big Baby felt that it was a fight that he should have won, but hey, he had a dirty piss, right? So he
thought he was going to win so much he had to cheat.
Yeah.
But I do got to say one thing though, like I do agree with what Blaze say. Like you got to realize athletes and stuff is a creature of habit. Who say he wasn't in the best shape of his life at 268, bro? Because like I say, the fight he had in Australia, he went 12 rounds. It didn't seem winded at all.
Yeah.
When it became a no decision, he lost by the slightest of margin. So who says 268, 265 not his best shape? 243 might be playing outside his norm. and he might lose power because when boxers drop weight, they lose punching power.
Yeah.
Blade know that too. So if he dropped down to 243, bro, he may be sacrificing major punching power. Like Grizzly said, with the heavy hands of George Foreman, you got the heavy hands of what his name, Ruiz. Yeah, he got the heavy hand of Ruiz that's ready to drop his fist like a Thor. Hammer time.
Okay. I'm still captivated over
that
Ruiz.
silence after the Thor hammer strike was like crickets.
What are you talking about?
His fist is like Thor's hammer to your face.
Okay.
Thunderstrike.
Well, and you know what, you guys are right with that, man. But he probably will. He could stay the same weight. I mean, if that's the way he's accustomed to win.
But
I didn't know nothing about this guy until he won.
No one did. No one did.
And I was like,
obviously Joshua didn't.
Yeah, it's like he just lucked up and came out of nowhere with a powerful win and collected on 3 belts right off the gate.
Yeah.
So
But
he's gonna have some people headhunting for him, man. He's gonna have some people headhunting for him.
But the problem is right now is that Al Heyman, the promoter, has all the heavyweight belts. So now there's 6 heavyweight belts. So now it's going to be heavyweight boxing is going to be really good now. There's going to be some really good, Wilder. There's, so there's going to be a lot of matchups coming up that's going to be really good. I can't wait. It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I'm gonna keep my eye on him, man. I want to see what he's gonna bring to the heavyweight championship division. So,
well, remember he was the first. He's the first Mexican American, so maybe he's gonna change up the boxing style of like how the other Mexicans like Triple G, and not Triple G. Sorry, about the redhead. What's his name? Canelo. So there's different boxing style like Canelo and bringing it to the heavyweight, because the Mexicans usually have their own style. They have their own style of boxing, and that's what he's bringing out right now. So
well, I don't think they're gonna take a Ruiz style. I mean, they got to put on some pounds to do that. That's not gonna help the situation out. But we'll see. We'll have to sit back and wait and see on that. Now we go into Camouflage, aka Buddy. It's top 20 running backs of the NFL coming up for this season.
Top 30.
Oh, it's 30?
It's top 30. It's 30.
Oh, 30. Now, before, ladies and gentlemen, the opinion of Buddy is his opinion and not necessarily the opinion of the Cypher. But we gonna see.
That's right. If you draft these, draft these players and they don't do well for you, don't call us because you done played yourself. But go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, but if you do
give
good
us all the credit and the money,
give me all.
No,
the credit.
give him the credit and give me the money.
No. If it's
no. Give me all the money.
Well,
give me
look,
everything.
Here's the thing. If it's a good deal, if you win off of Camouflage's suggestions, then the Sports Cypher is your friend. If you lose, then Buddy did you wrong. Camouflage did you wrong.
This is my disclaimer. Okay, you guys know what's my name? What's my name?
Black Honey.
Thunder Draw.
My name is Black Money.
A horn
370
in the front and a horn in the
370
back.
Horn in the front, horn in the back.
Okay.
My name is Black Money, and I hate to tell you guys this, but I learned this the hard way. That the game is supposed to be sold, not told. So Camouflage is giving you his mediocre level of
second rate player.
Boy, great. Say Jamal, what that sound? That sound like envious, huh? It sounds like that's envious, huh? Somebody who never compared the list.
No, because I told you, I'll compare the. I can't compare the list because I can't. People be looking. I can't give people an edge of my brain. I can't give them an edge.
Listen, bro. When you as great as I am, I want to give people an edge to make it tougher for me to rate me up to the next level. But I wouldn't expect that from you.
So let's actually get to the list.
When he runs the race, he don't run with 2 legs. He hop with 1 leg, just to make it tougher on himself.
Okay.
That's what
I'm like
Okay,
Goku,
Captain.
dog. I'm
Oh,
like Goku and
okay.
Vegeta, bro. Let's
Okay,
raise
let's
the
go,
bar,
Captain
dog.
Kangaroo. Let's go.
So
Hop
let's
around.
start off with
All right,
let's
Jay. All
start
right,
off
fat man. Let's
with
go,
the top
Jake.
5 first. Let's see if we have any.
Well, let me start off by saying this. Chico Brown, this for you, Chico, man. And thanks for always asking me questions in the sports site on Facebook. And for anybody that hear these rankings, I will be updating them and making the information so they will change. And I will be putting them up on Facebook on the sports Cypher group.
Mm-hmm.
You already know
Yeah,
by
you
now.
know
Cypher with a
they're gonna
Y.
change after I give him my critique. He's gonna change it. You know, oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Child, please.
That boy said child, please.
Said, child, please.
I'm the only one with the courage and the true professional of this podcast.
You got
So let's go.
courage. Okay.
So Ricardo, it's not that I'm gonna give you my top 5 because I'm gonna break you down to something else. I have tiers, so I'm gonna go through tiers as I go down my top 30 list.
Cool. How do you want to do it, man? Yeah.
So right here I'm gonna give you the top 4 players on my list, which each one of these players to me can be the number 1 overall pick, and this is what I call tier 1 of the running
Tier
backs.
1 of the running backs.
Tier 1 of the running backs, and any one of these dudes can be number 1 picked. I will have no complaints about that. Number 1. I have Saquon Barkley. Number 2, I have Christian McCaffrey.
Good pick.
This all PPR rankings as
that's
well.
a good pick. That's a real good pick.
Number 3, I have Ezekiel Elliott. And number 4, Alvin Kamara. What you fellas think?
I have no arguments with that. If I had the first pick, I don't think you could really go wrong with any one of those 4. All 4 of those are receiving running backs, right? They catch the ball well out the backfield. All 4 have the elusiveness. You know that word, damn it.
Yeah.
Any of them could break off a 60, 70-yard run, right? Like that's all. That's a part of all of their games. So yeah, I see that. Yeah,
I agree.
Blade,
I
I
agree with
don't
that.
have no qualms with that tier.
Grizzly?
Yeah, those guys are beasts. They're all good. Yep, can't go wrong with those.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give you my second tier, and I'm about to give y'all the group, and then I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and break down what y'all don't like about it. My second tier is number 5, David Johnson.
I don't like
number
that.
6. Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm gonna let you take a critique after I get rolling. So we got number 5, David Johnson. Mm-hmm. We have number 6, Melvin Gordon. Mm-hmm. We have number 7, Joe Mixon. We have number 8, Le'Veon Bell, mm-hmm. And then number 9, we have James Conner. That's my tier 2 right there.
I think I would have had Bell a little higher up there.
Well, you want me to explain to you why I have him there?
Go for it.
Well, I would have had Bell higher too. Just a little nervous of the dysfunction that's kind of going on there. But it could work on the flip side that he is highly motivated to prove. Like, in fact, I saw something today. He said he's ready. He's willing and ready to prove that that he's the best running back in the game. But as of right now, these are my initial rankings. Like I said, these are liable to change as more information come, and I'll be putting it on the sports side. But as of right now, just kind of nervous about that offense being dysfunctional and stuff like that. And he's not behind the Steelers O-line no more. He's not behind that great O-line no more.
I mean, the only problem that I would have is that David Johnson is so high.
That's what I said. David Johnson, what he did, his performance last year wasn't warranted to be. If you have him number 5, you have him number 5 now.
Yeah, and I can explain it to you why. I'm drinking the bounce back Kool-Aid. This is why. The Cardinals ran the second least amount of plays in the league last year. The offense was slow paced, and they ran David Johnson up the middle the most in the NFL. 149 to Ezekiel Elliott's 89. That's number 2, and that's just not how David Johnson worked. This new coach coming in, Kingsbury, he's going to have a spread out offense. He's going to utilize David Johnson in space. And normally in college, he run one of the fastest paces of an offense. So I believe the Cardinals will have a faster pace, a faster tempo offense, which will return in more fantasy chances to put up points because the offense is going to be constantly.
Yeah, but their offensive line it's not good. They didn't upgrade their offensive line.
You got David Johnson over Todd Gurley.
Yeah, we get the Todd Gurley, and I'll tell you why I Todd Gurley that way when I get to him. But as of right now, though, I just think David Johnson is primed for a bounce back. I think he have a chance. I think he's going to have a chance to have anywhere between 75 and 90 catches this year. And his goal is always to have 1,000 and 1,000. And then within this offense, being how fast tempo it is, and it's a high passing offense, he may have that chance.
Well, the guy you had at number 24, I think he should be higher. I think he should be the Denver running back.
Well, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, bro. We're gonna get there. Bro.
Yeah, the David Johnson's the one. I'm like, that. It reminds me of the first grade. Which one of these things don't belong? I'm like,
Yeah, and I remember during our fantasy league, Ricardo was trying to trade David Johnson. Like he was trying to give me David
Johnson.
Johnson.
But things are not the same from last year. Your mind stuck on last year, but
I agree.
I hear what you're saying, Cam, about the offense being different and stuff, and that's facts and stuff. So I'm not going to say that what you're saying isn't true, but I'm just saying Gurley?
But we'll get to Gurley as about to go down these next tiers.
I have one question about David Johnson, about your facts about the offensive team.
It's not facts, man. It's just
you're okay. About your prediction.
What's facts is that they have a new coordinator and he has a type of offense.
But the offense is going to be pass heavy, right? Do we agree on that? It's going to be a pass heavy offense.
See, I don't think so.
It could be. It's going to be a spread offense because he's running out the spread. It's going to be a fast tempo.
Just because it's spread doesn't mean it's going to be pass
heavy.
But
listen, they drafted 4 new receivers. They drafted 4 new stud receivers.
Yeah, but they also got a rookie quarterback. So
but the rookie quarterback isn't he? I might be wrong because I'm not really good on. I'm foggy. Isn't that rookie quarterback? Isn't he a runner? Isn't he a good runner?
Yeah, he's a scrambler.
Right.
He has good scrambling ability.
All right. So he's not gonna give the ball to David Johnson. He's gonna run the ball. Yep. When it comes to those guys, right? The logic, they get in trouble, they run.
Mm-hmm.
They run the ball. So I don't think he's gonna have a chance to give the ball to David Johnson. So I don't think David Johnson's gonna be that effective in this spread offense.
I think Kyler Murray's a pretty good quarterback. He'll flip the ball out when
he better.
Well,
if you want a long life career, he better flip that ball out.
The speed in college and the speed in NFL is totally different.
But my thing is,
so I don't think he's gonna be able to flip. I think his number one thing is gonna be shit. I'm in trouble. Oh, sorry. Damn, I'm in trouble.
that made it a whole lot better.
Bro, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's already out.
Let me run.
But answer this question for me. Answer this question for me, Blade, then we can move on to the next season running backs. Mm-hmm. Who's the number 1 offensive option?
David Johnson.
Wow,
exactly.
No, isn't it?
Exactly.
Wouldn't it be Fitzgerald?
No,
no.
It would not be Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald hasn't been a number 1 option for 4 years, in my opinion.
It would not be Fitzgerald, bro. It's David Johnson.
No way. Fitzgerald again in fantasy. He let me down so bad.
Nah, David Johnson is the number 1 option.
I'm about to go through these next tiers of running backs, bro. Number 10, I have
tier 3. Mm-hmm.
Delvin Cooks at number 10. Number 11, I have Nick Chubbs. I love Nick Chubbs. Number 12, Todd Gurley, Jamal.
And I think 13. I don't think there's an S there. I think it's just Nick Chubb.
I got a list, bro. I got a list.
Shut up.
I got a list, bro. Come on, man.
Did you use the list? When you spelled it
Louisiana school
system. Hold on, guys. You had the list on Facebook because you spelled it wrong on Facebook too.
Like when he be saying Quinn Cook, he be like Quinn Cooks. So Cam be putting the S on it.
I have a list when I talk, bro, and I was dictating everything, dog. So I wasn't spelling it.
Okay.
And then he got the New Orleans accent too, bro. So.
Yeah. I got a list. So 12, I got Todd Gurley. 13, Devontae Freeman. 14, Leonard Fournette. 15, Damian Williams. That's the tier right there.
Oh boy. You got Dalvin Cook kind of high, my boy.
No,
I think that's where he belongs.
I agree with that. He's a beast. As long as he's not hurt, he's a beast. Yeah, as long as he's not hurt. I'm using Hurts.
He got a list too. But
I would have put him a little lower.
Can you say who was the last person you said? I'm sorry.
Damian Williams for the Kansas City Chiefs at number 15.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he's unproven.
Yeah, I think he's a little too high. I agree with
10 touchdowns in 6 games.
Also with Travis Kelce, also with Tyreek Hill, also
I don't have a problem with that so much.
I like him.
So there's two people who I believe belong at least in the third tier that aren't there though. I'm like Sony Michel, I believe is a top
I do
15
too.
running back in the
Yeah, I
league.
do too.
And I think Philip Lindsay is a top 15 running back.
How about Tariq Cohen, man?
That's what I said.
I don't know about
Tyreek
that.
Cohen
out for the Bears, man.
I can give y'all my reason when I get to them as well.
Yeah,
but I feel y'all if y'all think you belong in that tier.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be the fact man, right? The facts man or the fat man? Facts man. Oh, you
the fat man, dog. You the fat man.
So let's talk about Gurley though. Let's talk about Gurley. So why do we have Gurley not as high as we think he should have been?
I was curious about.
Yeah, let me
Gurley
break this
too,
down.
I think Gurley would have been up. I think Gurley should have been up in the
I was
tier
thinking
right
tier
before.
2 myself.
I agree. I actually agree with. I agree with.
I would
okay,
put him
speak on it. Speak on it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, thank you, fat man. But let me elaborate for my boy Jamal right here, man. And for Grizzly, I know Grizzly a Rams fan. Gurley with his knee is nothing positive coming out. So you know the old saying is believe everything that's negative and believe some of the stuff that's positive because it can be coach speak. This dude's still not able to practice, man. He's still having knee problems. They will hold him out during training camp. They will hold him out as far as preseason games. Now, the upside is, they're not going to give him 25, 30 touches a game, but I still think he can produce with 17 to 18 touches. But this is the scary part. It's like he's the ultimate high risk, high reward because if that knee act up, and we all remember how he looked after that Cowboys game in the playoffs, man. Like after that big game, he ran the ball real heavy, had real heavy usage. And then Saints in the Super Bowl, he just could not get it together. So he's the ultimate risk reward. Like he's going to the second, third turn, and if somebody got the guts and the gall to go ahead and draft him, he may pay off in a big way, but he can also play off in a negative way as well. So that's why I have him ranked down there because of high risk, high reward factor.
So look, I agree with that. Hold on, I agree with that. And also, it came out. I think yesterday. Was it yesterday? The day before? That the coaching staff said that he's not gonna carry all the touches. They don't want to wear him out. So he's gonna share the backfield. That's all.
Yeah, he's no Matt Breida. He don't got 9 lives, man.
A lot of.
Wait, hold on a second, Jamal. You sound a bit low. Could you speak up a little bit?
All right. Well, I don't want to speak
Perfect.
too loud because my daughter went to sleep.
Oh,
my
okay,
headphones
got you.
died. So it's a bunch of.
Nah, you sound good now. Good now.
But what I was saying was a lot of Cam's projections are based on upside. So what I don't understand is why you got Fournette so high. Because I'm a Jaguars fan and I'm just very down on Fournette right now.
Oh my God! Oh, are you serious? Remember last year?
Shut up.
I mean, last year he was being picked as like a top 7 running back. I had him down at 14.
I think he should be lower.
I think he should be lower too from your list, but I think
I feel you. But let me throw some quick points at y'all to why I have him up there. Last year when he was trying to bounce back, if he can stay healthy, and we know healthy is the key, but the O-line is going to be back in return. They lost 5 offensive linemen last year.
Yeah, we lost a lot of linemen, but at the same time, he did a lot of stupid stuff too.
But the stupid stuff, that's cool. But I'm just talking about on the field stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean on the field. This dude got into a whole fight on the field.
Yeah, as well as other players did as well.
No, this dude ran over there and punched this dude on the bench. This dude did that because his teammates was in the middle of. So he ran.
That's that Duval water in the man.
So Jamal, him punching on the bench take away from his running talent.
Yes, because he can't complete games, and also when he
that takes away from his running talent because he punched people on the bench.
Listen, his running talent can't be there if he's not on the field. And what I'm
breaking down, I'm not breaking down punches, but that might be something you break down.
Hold on a second.
Listen, let me finish.
So you trying to say, Jamal, that because you feel he can't control himself to be an effective running back. Like you feel that he like emotionally he can't keep himself in check.
Yes, and
that's gonna affect.
Yes, and I'm saying that, and also that when he was on the field, he did not produce last year. And some of it was the offensive line, but some of the running backs that you have ranked higher than him had bad offensive lines too. So, what are we gonna do? Like, and then.
But your O line is healthy now.
Your O line is healthy.
And what did Fournette do his rookie year?
He did pretty good.
Yeah, he did. He did really good. He had 36 catches in 13 games. He had 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Okay, but at the same time, a lot of that
What?
was because of the style of football that we played with our defense. Our defense is not going to be as good as it was before
How you know? How you know he's
because
not gonna be that good
Telvin
no
Smith
more?
is sitting out. We don't have
Uh
Dante
huh.
Fowler.
Uh huh.
The safety.
Dante Fowler was suspended that rookie as well. He wasn't there either. I want to let you know.
So let me
You
give
talking
my.
about the year we went
Oh, sorry.
to the championship game? No, that was the year before. I was thinking about the year after that.
So I agree with Buddy on Fournette here. And let me tell you why I think this is quite around that sweet spot where he's probably going to be picked by most people, in their fantasy. It's not even a little higher because I look at Blake Bortles was a big part of him being so bad too. I mean, when Blake Bortles is as trash as he was last year, man, you just put eight,
But
9 people in the box.
Blake Bortles was the quarterback that he had his best year too.
But Blake Bortles I'm saying that Blake Bortles had a bad, even for Blake Bortles, he had a really bad year last year.
Well, yeah,
And
because
I
the
think
offensive line was garbage.
well,
But
that too, and that's what I'm saying. I think when a lot of offenses, excuse me, a lot of defenses looked at like, yo, put 8 men in the box. Sometimes even put 9 men in the box. Right? They had no safeties, and it was like, throw the ball. We dare you to throw the ball, and they couldn't throw the ball. You know what I mean? And Fournette was just running to a brick wall most of the season. And of course, the injury thing. And I don't think I think that was him at his worst. I don't think he's that bad. You know what I mean?
But he wasn't breaking tackles. He didn't have that. He just didn't have it last year, man. I watched every Jaguar game.
I recall having a conversation with someone, and and we brought this up, and I said that quarterback was trash, and they were just gonna flood the box, and Fournette wouldn't move, and that person, who I'm not gonna name, was saying, "No, man, no, Fournette's a beast. Fournette's a beast." The only thing that I was worried about or scared about, I thought he was gonna, when he went and punched the guy, he was gonna yell out "World Star" or something like that.
Wow.
Not to mention he was suspended. He didn't even start. Man, he didn't even start a game that he was healthy for. Fournette is a very big, risky fantasy pick.
Grizzly,
I agree
you
with
have
you.
anything to say on these people, Grizz? Anything?
I mean,
that
was it Blake Bortles on the Rams with like $1 million deal, boom or bust?
Well, actually, he came out and said that he's learning so much as under the coaching staff. He came out.
Okay.
I mean, I do agree that the offensive coordinator in Jacksonville is not the
A little
best.
sus.
So,
Okay, so you want me to go? I'm going to go to these next set of running backs right here.
Yep, tier 4. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 16, we have Grizzly guy, Aaron Jones. 17, shout out to B Moore. Shout out to B Moore with 17, Marlon Mack. 18, we have Michelle.
Wait, B Moore, isn't he with the Colts?
Yeah, Marlon Mack with the Colts. Yeah,
the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, Marlon Mack.
Yeah, but you called it Baltimore.
B Moore in Baltimore?
Yeah, you said Baltimore.
Oh, my bad. I'm
like, bro, you ain't even old enough to remember the Baltimore Colts, bro.
I was thinking about the Colts in the 70s.
Ricardo, I was like, did they go back?
Yeah, like they moved back.
Hell nah, they didn't move back, doggone
He
it.
was about to give for a Big Jack a heart attack.
Yeah, I was like, what's he talking about? I was like,
I thought it was the dude's name. I was like, B More. Oh, okay.
You don't know that Baltimore is B More? Oh Lord!
I thought he was talking about the dude's name. I was like,
B More Marlon Mack.
He can't be talking about Baltimore, but then he said Marlon Mack, and I was like, oh. All right. Anyway,
so Indianapolis Colts, Marlon Mack. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we got number 18, Michelle. Mm-hmm. We got 19, Derrick Henry. 20, Kerryon Johnson. 21, Chris Carson.
Move Derrick Henry down. Derrick Henry has
I put James White in that group before I put
James White was a beast.
Move Derrick Henry down.
Yeah.
Man.
And Sony Michel, or what did you call him, Sonny? Sonny Michel should be going to move up higher.
All right, fat ass.
And Terry Cohen, man.
Why are you always talking about my ass? Like,
Colt, say that again, Gris. Who you thought
Make
should
the
have
white
been
man
there?
that nasty noise.
Tariq Cohen from the Bears, man.
From the Bears running back.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
balled
he's
out.
down the list a little more.
Okay.
I just think you should move Derrick Henry down. That's the only thing I have.
Switch him to Tariq Cohen, man. That dude's
do you remember his numbers from last? I mean, I know he had 2 huge games.
Yeah. He had 2 huge games.
Yeah, I think he finished with over. I think he finished with over 1,000, I believe.
Okay,
which everyone had him on their bench. You know me.
Everybody,
except Keenan.
Big games just happened to be against me, man. I was hurt that
He
week.
got like 30-something points off that dude on fantasy.
More than that. More than
I think it was a 43-point night.
Yeah,
or
it was
something to do
crazy,
that.
man. It was like, dude, how did
Yeah,
Keenan
but I know. But the answer, Ricardo question earlier about Michelle is the fact that I don't know if you saw that I retweeted something so you can see today about Michelle is in deep competition with Harris, and we all know Belichick plays a lot of games. You know, he's been deemed a nickname Belichick's off NFL fantasy. You know, they call him Bellatrix because he always switches up. Now, I do think Michelle is going to be consistent, but just as, for them to say that he's in a hard battle with Harris, which Blade brought up during a production meeting Monday, and you just never know. But I think I just think then he don't catch passes, so I just think that just limits his upside.
But here's the thing, though.
I have one question.
Is it that Sony Michel can't catch passes, or they just prefer
they don't use him? They prefer James White,
right? But I'm like, that could change, though. Like you said, is Bellatrix, right? I mean, Sony Michel
that can change, but why you feeling White higher than if you feel like that's gonna change? Some gonna have to give.
But don't the rookie got to prove he could play over those 2?
No, but I'm talking about White though. But Belichick does that though. Belichick played Michelle and he was a rookie, right?
So you got Aaron Jones over Phillip Lindsay too.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna get to Phillip Lindsay right now. So we talking about
hold on. Let's go back. Okay. Let's go back. So what were you saying just now? Because repeat what you just said. Prior to
didn't Belichick play Sony Michel as a rookie as well?
Yeah, but remember Sony Michel was hurt. He was hurt the first.
He missed the first 2 games.
He was hurt, and he like why would they pick a rookie? Where did they pick the rookie at?
Third round.
Why would you pick a 3rd round guy when you picked this guy?
I think it was the end of the first, the beginning of the 2nd round. I can't remember where exactly.
I mean, they could play both of them together.
Yeah, because the Patriots are going to be a run-heavy team this year. They're not going to be a pass-heavy team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying that I don't know for sure that Sony Michel is going to be the odd man out in the trio. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily...
No, he's not going to be out, but it will affect his stats some way. You know what I'm saying? Him not catching passes, that affects overall grading.
Well, I think he should be higher, but I understand your reasoning. I understand your reasoning because it's Belichick, and Belichick just you can't. All fantasy players know you don't roll with Belichick with running backs because every week he'll be different. He'll burn you. In 1 week you'll it's a guessing game with Belichick. It's just a guessing game when it comes to running back because you don't know who's going to go.
Yeah, but when Sony Michel was healthy, he played consistent minutes.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
But they were playing James White also because I had James White.
I had James White.
And Burkhead was hurt, so they relied on Michel more.
Yeah. I forgot about Burkhead.
The difference between Sony Michel and James White is when they wanted to run the ball, they gave it to Michel. When they wanted to throw the ball, they passed it to James White.
They had James on the field in 5 wide receiver sets and things like that, empty backfield. Because I watched quite a few Patriots games last year because I was rooting for them to lose so hard. But I was hoping to put a little juju on them.
But I don't think Michel at 18 is like a bad thing. Cause to me, that still could be end of the 3rd, 4th round pick, bro, and that still could be a great number 2 running back.
Well, in the PPR league,
because you got to realize like it's 10 people in the 10-team league, 12 and 12. So my 1 through 12 was number 1 running back rankings. My 13 through 24 will be number 2 running back rankings. So Michel is like a number 2 running back, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
what you saying, Jamal?
I was just saying in the PPR league, I guess it would just depend on who you feel would catch you more points. Because Sony Michel will run the ball, but James White will have more receptions.
That's a good point, Jamal. That's a good point. You got to always you gotta always realize what if you're PPR or standard. In standard league, I would put Sony higher than James White, but in PPR, I would have put James White higher.
But the flip side is James White did kind of fall off a little bit towards the
Very
end of the
hard.
year.
Very hard.
He let me down big time.
Well, yeah, because it got winter, and they started wanting to run the ball.
Yeah, they gave it to Michelle. Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But
and Lindsey,
please move Derrick Henry.
Okay,
please.
so I left off at I'm at 22.
He's not a number 2 running back. Derrick Henry is not a number 2.
Okay, I mean I can't knock how you feel, man, but they when the offense moves to that run heavy, they wind up making a run to try to make the playoffs and everything when they switch to that run heavy offense. You know what I'm saying? They put Deion Lewis on the bench, but I mean I could definitely feel y'all questions about him. Like he's actually going higher in ADP. Actually, like on different websites, he's actually going like as running back number 14 and 13. But I moved him down from the usual. Like I said, it's all opinionated based.
Right.
I think you should explain to people what ADP stands for.
ADP is average draft position, and that's where they accumulate like different mock drafts that's going on. That would help kind of get with the average draft position for a player is based on the people and the data they have when the people do these mock drafts. So that's pretty much where the average draft position, the ADP, comes from.
So do you have another tier for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go from the rest of the 21. I mean, from the 22 on 30, and y'all can just go ahead and bang it out, man. So 22, I have Mark Ingram. 23, I have Josh Jacobs. 24, I have Philip Lindsay. 25, Kenyon Drake. 26, Tyreek Cohen. 27, David Montgomery. 28, James White. 29, Tevin Coleman. And 30, Latavius Murray.
I think Lindsey way too low, man.
I think White is too low, yeah.
Because
Mark Ingram's too damn low.
Mark
Grizzly, anybody too low for you, Grizzly? Tyreek
Lindsey's low. Tariq Cohen's low. Man, I would switch out Lindsey with Derrick Henry, man.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
To me, Derrick Henry is 30 on the list. I can't lie, man. I have no faith in
I don't even think he should be on the list.
No,
I'd rather have the mummy, the walking mummy there. What's the name? What's the guy in San Francisco? Grizzly.
McKinney?
Matt Breida.
Breida.
Nah, man, give me Frank Gore.
No, bro. Breida was the number 2 running back. Breida was like the number 2 in rushing, like pretty much for the whole year.
That was a
lot of competition though.
Well, let me tell you why.
You're right. Everyone's over there now.
Let me let you fellas why I know I have Lindsey that low. You know what I'm saying? And I pushed him down. It's because he had surgery. He's still not doing nothing with that wrist. Like that wrist is still bothering him at practice. In the meanwhile, while that wrist bothering him, Rolls Royce Freeman is shining at practice right now.
Man, he shined last year, man. That's why I drafted him.
Now it's just OTAs.
He signed last year.
It's just OTAs. But let's think about the other stuff that goes along with it. This is not the same coaching staff. It's not the same offensive coordinator. It's not the same running style of offense. So that may go against Lindsey, who benefited from the previous style, the previous regime style.
But why assume that it does? Why not? Because on the flip coin, can't you say that he might be even better with a new offense?
But the most important thing for me, he's not able to even hold a ball in his hand with his wrist.
But Cam, Denver haven't changed their running style in very long.
No, they have.
All they do is that
no, they don't. That's not always the case. But Mike McCoy ran power when he was offensive coordinator.
I'd like to talk more about the injury. Oh, but you go first, Jamal. I wanted to bring up something about the injury.
Which one did McCoy have? Which running back did he have?
He had running back. He had Anderson in 2012. He was in 2012 when before he got taken over by Adam Gates in 2013.
So he had C.J. Anderson.
Yeah, which Gates had C.J. Anderson as well.
Right, but Denver always does that zone running thing.
No, Shanahan always did the zone running thing. Different coaches have different. I think different
Kubiak
running styles.
Also did the zone running thing.
Yeah, Kubiak did do that. Yeah, he did do that. But Kubiak has been gone for a while, though.
Yeah, but the dude John Fox did it too.
No, John Fox run power. He run power.
Hey, let's see if we could wrap this up in the next 5 minutes because we 70 minutes in. So Let's
You got to cut some of that stuff out too.
All I know is Denver has Wacko Flacco, Big Jack's favorite quarterback, and they're going to be doing check down.
Choke yourself.
They're going to be doing check down Charlie. They're going to be. Oh, that's why they got those 2 tight ends, right? They're just going to be passing to the tight ends, and I think Philip Lindsay can catch the ball. Well, according to Cam, he's hurting, but if he gets healthy, I think. I think the Rolls Royce. I don't know, but
I'm just saying, Freeman did let me down last year, and he shined in the offseason and in preseason and all of that. It was all high on Freeman last year, so be careful of that.
Exactly.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say about the wrist injury he has. Now, we still got, basically 3 months till football actually starts, right, in earnest. So. I don't know the severity of the wrist injury, but I mean, do you think it's actually going to affect him? Let's say by August 1st, once these preseason games start.
But Ricardo, like I said at the beginning of the rankings, man, like before I saw Hood, I was like, these just the initial rankings. They're all liable to change based on information that is received.
Okay.
To me. So these are the initial rankings
of
these players.
But I guess even in the initial rankings, I look at a running back and I go, a wrist injury. Like, it's not his ankle. If it was his ankle, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Or knee or something.
But let's know what his right wrist, which is his dominant hand. If that is weakened, no stiff arm, more prone to fumbles, not holding the ball correctly,
but we have all seen people play with broken hands, with wrists, with casts on their wrists, right? And run the football in their left hand and their weaker hand and still do pretty well. I mean, I've seen Emmitt Smith freaking run for 140 yards with a broken hand,
broken shoulder, separated shoulder.
Sorry, yes, yeah.
I mean, that is Emmitt Smith.
But yeah, he
true.
The day, bro, dude, when he broke his hand, his finger was touching the back of his forearm.
I got a girl.
So not only did he break his bone, he torn ligaments.
I know people who can touch their forearm with their wrist. Well, maybe not backwards though. Never mind.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying I guess I don't rank the injury as necessarily as high as you do, and I think that's why my rankings of him might be different. I think,
and that's fine.
I'm just putting it out there for the people.
Ricardo, Cam is an expert on wrist injuries. He's an expert.
Listen, I don't want to know how this man hurt his wrist at all. Stop.
Wow. The only wrist injury
I have to
that I'm familiar with.
I have to agree with Ricardo. That wrist injury probably won't be that much of a hindrance with him. Now, had you like you said, had you said it was a leg injury, ankle or something, then we probably would have had a little more to talk about. But a wrist injury, I don't think it holds that much water with him as far as his performance will be.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a little mystery to him. You got to show him proof. You only did it 1 year, right? Last year was a year, right?
Yeah, he was undrafted too. But as of right now, that's what I have to go by. Like I said.
Fair point.
Yeah, definitely.
Fair point.
Definitely.
You're right.
And so Grizzly with Tyreek Cohen earlier. Tyreek Cohen he's a very good receiving back. David Montgomery. I hear Maul ask who is David Montgomery. That's the running back they traded up.
I know who he is. I was just saying.
Okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, the Bears traded up to get him, so they used draft capital to get him, and I think he has the upside, but he's also a 3-down back. He could catch as good as Tyreek Cohen, but he's way bigger and he's a way more physical runner in the inside, which Tyreek Cohen fails at. So as of right now, they will both be feeding off each other and taking away from each other right now. So that's why I have them.
Well, I drafted him in my dynasty.
So what you're saying is he can probably get more touchdowns than Tyreek Cohen because he's an inside runner.
What I'm saying, he definitely get more touchdowns because he's bigger and he's a better inside runner.
Well, they say he's another Hunt. He's like Hunt.
They say he's another Kareem Hunt. Yeah, but also if he's not, he's definitely got to take away some of the touches in the carry that was vacated by Jordan Howard.
So, I was just gonna say that.
So that's like I said, they pretty much like running backs like that. If you notice, I put them down when they got people to Cypher off them, like I did with James White and Michelle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though Michelle, White can have a chance to be up there, but we saw those last six, 7 games of the season. White fell off for some reason. Very heavy.
Very
bad.
heavy. Yep.
Very heavy.
So do you have him as the only? Excuse me. You have him as your only rookie on there. What about the rookie from?
No, he had
I have Josh Jacobs at 23.
Oh, Josh Jacobs. Okay.
Yeah,
right behind
I got
Ingram.
him at 23.
Ingram is ranked too high too.
Yeah, I could adjust that, and it may be some adjustment there. Because I looked at some stuff, and I don't think he'll be catching as many passes as he did in New Orleans. So I may put him down on the next update, but I'm not updating it now.
But why wouldn't he be catching more passes with Lamar Jackson there?
Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball.
But who's Lamar Jackson throwing to?
Yeah,
the ground.
Well, we got Hollywood.
The out of bounds, the bench coaches.
Yeah, see, unlike Kyler Murray, who was an established passer, Lamar Jackson wasn't. And in the games that he started, the games he started, the running back averaged 3 targets per game, not catches but targets.
Drew Brees? You meant to say Drew Brees?
No, I'm talking about Lamar Jackson when in the offense he ran with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
The offense he ran with the Ravens.
Kyler Murray, though.
Yeah, I said Kyler Murray.
No, he said Kyler Murray is more accomplished passer than
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, he is true.
So that's why I feel like Kyler Murray
that is true.
Will check stuff down better than Lamar Jackson will, because Lamar Jackson last year Lamar Jackson only going to average about 25, maybe 30 attempts per game. Well, a high-paced offense that passes a lot. Ravens going to be running the ball a lot. But he only averaged 3 targets per game. So that's just the targets. Breeze averaged 9 targets per game to running backs.
Okay.
Right.
And most of those probably wasn't even to Ingram. That's probably anyway.
How long do you think that Jackson's going to be playing until they put what's the name up? What's the backup wide receiver? Backup quarterback. What's the backup quarterback for
Robert Griffin?
Yeah, RG3.
Before they replace
Robert Griffin will only get in the game if
Lamar Jackson
get hurt.
Yeah.
They think Jackson is their franchise quarterback.
No.
Yeah, but he can't pass the ball.
No, the guy only played.
He averaged 7 yards per pass. So he had a good average per pass. It's just that he got some things to work, and he's a rookie, man. So you don't think he could get better?
I don't know. As bad as their offense was, just in general, like their receiving core, and they really had no running game either. Collins fizzled out. That was his name, right?
Alex Collins.
Yeah. Alex Collins. Yeah, he fizzled out. I'm not at that point where I'm like saying that he can't improve his passing potential. He is raw.
I'm really feeling some kind of way that y'all are attacking my Baltimore Ravens like this. I mean,
we're critiquing.
If I had all y'all around, I would smack y'all like the Three Stooges.
Camouflage. Give him a hug, Camouflage. Give him a hug.
Nah.
No reach around.
No. I don't want no hug. None of y'all.
No reach around.
Blaze been on some real fruitcake stuff all day. Talking about how big. Yeah, he's been real. He's really
been on
how big my meat is.
All right, listen.
Y'all
take that off. Listen, y'all take that off the air.
Because I gotta cut all that out. Because nobody want to hear all that stuff.
Don't cut this part out, Ricardo. For those of y'all that have made it this far, every week for the next few weeks, we will be doing a list just like this. So please look forward to that. And
next week, wide receivers.
Next week is wide receivers, and we're gonna have another hot and bothersome debate. Y'all stick with us.
I still don't understand how he has Beckham as number 3, but
where do you think Beckham should? Oh, okay, we'll save it for next week.
Yo, you just got tuned in to the Sports Cypher, giving the people what they want.
Sweet. Perfect.